spirit of Halloween, I wanted to tell you my first paranormal experience. This actually happened when I was about 8 or 9 years old, and it was my first time visiting Mexico. We're in my grandmother's house, and my godfather let us borrow his bedroom for us to sleep. It's gonna be me, my mom, and my 2 younger sisters. I obviously don't know what time it is because we don't have a clock, and I didn't have a phone at the time, but I know it was late because everyone was pretty much passed out. I want to mention that I'm a really light sleeper. I woke up to my mom calling me, but it was like kind of weird. It sounded like Jennifer. It sounded exactly like my mom. I knew my mom's sleeping in the same room as me. I look over and I'm like, yeah, and she doesn't respond. So I'm like, okay, weird. I tried to go back to sleep, and then I hear it again. I'm like half asleep, so I'm like, ¿Qué? Pretty much telling her, what, mom, what? Still no answer. Instead of a door, we had curtains, right, covering that area. It felt really cold and dense, and I heard my name called one more time, and I'm like looking at my mom, and she's dead ass asleep. My sisters are sleeping, no one is awake, and something tells me to look at the doorway, and it was freaking moving. It was like a breeze somehow in that fucking room was opening and closing the freaking curtain slowly. A few years go by, and my aunt was visiting me. I'm like 11, I believe, 10 or 11 years old now, talking about ghost stories, and then telling her my experience. She tells me the exact same thing happened to her. She told me that one day in the same house, someone was calling to her, and it sounded just like my grandmother, her mom. She followed the voice, and she kept saying, yeah, mom, like, what? And she went to her mom's room, and my grandmother was literally asleep. She's the type of sleeper that will snore, so she was like snoring, so you knew she was asleep. My tia was saying that she just felt this really eerie feeling, and the second she found out that my grandmother was dead as asleep, she like rushed back to her room. I think the scariest part for me personally is that I thought it was a freaking dream, and then find out that someone else had almost the exact same experience as you. I don't like that.